how to make an extra $100,000 in a year. In this video, you're going to discover exactly how to increase your wealth by $100,000 in just 12 months. We're also going to reveal a blueprint to literally take a side hustle and make it into a six-figure income, realizing that's $8,000 extra dollars every single month. Transforming your passion project into $100,000. I want you to think about this, okay? Just one mindset, one strategy. If all this did for you was increase you and your family's financial wealth by $100,000, would this video be worth it? I think it is. Stay tuned, we're gonna cover all those. Now remember, thumbs up, make some comments, ask some questions, give me your thoughts. If you've got a side hustle that's made you $100,000, I wanna hear about it. I'd love to share it with everyone else. Making an additional $100,000 in 1 year. I don't know why, but that seems to be the magic number out there. And once I break people through that $100,000, the rest comes easy. But it all starts here. This is the most important thing. Believe it or not, you've got to set your number. I'm going to make $100,000. That's fantastic, okay? I don't know where you stand, whether it's God, the universe, or whatever the deal is. You have to have a strategy. What is your plan? And it's going to start off with how you wake up. I know, it's the most basic thing up there, but how you wake up, how you start your day is key. There are so many successful people that I've worked with, and the first thing that we talk about is what is your morning routine. So I'm going to ask you, if you don't have an exact morning routine, you need to stop and get a morning routine. Let me give you mine. I wake up at the same time every single day. It doesn't matter what part of the planet I'm on. I wake up at 5 in the morning. Now, I saw a fantastic video with Kobe Bryant. He's one of my heroes out there because of his work ethic. Okay, nobody will ever outwork me. Nobody will outwork me. And you've got to kind of have that same mentality. Now, it's not about I get up early with bragging rights. I can just get a lot more done than everybody else does because I value my time and I don't want to work the whole day long. I want to be done with everything I'm doing for that day by the latest 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30. Okay, that's what my goal is. So when I wake up at 5 in the morning, the first thing I do, this is crazy, but I do this, is I get in my ice bath. I take a 3-minute cold plunge. Once I get done with my cold plunge, believe it or not, I'm not sitting there shaking and shivering. You can do your own thing on that. But then I do my meditation and I read for 15 minutes. This is so important for me. Then I start to get ready for my day. I get all my protein shakes and all my stuff because the next thing I'm doing is I'm getting my kids up, I make them breakfast, I take them to school. This is important to me, okay, because my family time is number one. And the conversations I have from the house to school are invaluable. I learn more about my family, my kids, than I do any other time. Literally, my car doesn't know where to go after school but to the gym. Okay, I get to the gym between 8 and 8:10. Okay, my phone goes off. I push this button on there and literally no alerts, no buzzes, no nothing for all my team knows they can't get a hold of me until 10:30 in the morning. This is important to me. So let's just stop right there. Okay, I've established this is a non-negotiable. So when you want to make $100,000, you have to start establishing non-negotiables in your life. I'm not willing to do this until I get this done. Plus rewards. What is your reward for doing this? Too often people see these Instagram photos and all this other stuff and they don't realize the hard work that's gone in around that. I'm going to tell you, making $100,000 a year is boring. It's all the boring stuff that make the big wins possible. And waking up in the morning, you don't have to jump in an ice bath, although I highly recommend it. Okay, you have to have a morning routine from there. On top of that, one of the other things that's crucial is my Fridays. My Fridays, I spend at least 2 hours planning my next week out. Yes, I am super OCD with every single step of what I'm doing. The more precise I am about my planning, the more time the more things I get done, and the more free time I have. But I'm going to tell you this, as crazy as this sounds, success is planned, okay? It doesn't just happen. And the challenge that I have is everybody sees these people that are successful and they think it just happened. It didn't. It literally was planned. That's why you have to have the blueprint. Okay, so what are you doing in the morning? What's your routine? Now, when I get done at 10:30, literally, I'm back in my office by 10:30. So I'm done working out, I've showered, I've done all that stuff. I literally have my coffee ground because I don't drink coffee in the morning until after my workout. Okay, I make my coffee, and a lot of times I'm literally scrambling to get to a Zoom call to do whatever because my day is starting at 10:30 and I am knocking things out. How is this conversation getting me closer to where I am? And I've worked with some super successful people. We're talking billionaires. And you hang out with them and they get in these meetings. I'm reading the Elon Musk book right now on how he does things. He literally will go into a meeting and he'll make sure everybody in that room has a reason to be there. So what's the purpose of this call? What is our outcome going to be? And how are we getting closer? So for those of you that have watched my video, maybe it's just research. So I need to make sure that next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm spending 2 hours researching lists. Okay, that's my goal. That's what I'm doing. Have a purpose with all of that. So I know that on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm spending 2 hours, I'm researching lists because that's the volume. You have to be doing 5 to 7 lists if you're doing tax liens. Whatever it is that you're doing, making offers, doing things, getting that one foot in front of the other. Now here's the other thing. I said this earlier, and this is crucial for your $100,000 mark. You have to have intentionality behind this. You have to plan this, okay? So in other words, this has to be non-negotiable. These 2 hours that I'm gonna spend on Tuesday, I'm doing them. It doesn't matter, nothing. You don't look at this and go, oh, well, I can go pick up. No, I'm in a meeting. I'm unavailable. And if you don't have the work capacity at your house or wherever that is, you find workspace, okay? In this post-COVID world, there's so many places where you can work. Find a coffee shop, and by the way, if you find a coffee shop, earbuds. Listening to other people's conversation can be distracting. I actually like to get away. You know, I always tell people, oh, I work at home. That's okay, but you'll find a million things that need to get done. All of a sudden, the gutters need to be clean, the laundry needs to get done. But if you get away, that this is my time, somewhere so nobody can find you, I put my earbuds in, and I get more work done in coffee shops than probably anywhere around there. I had a friend that used to love to get on planes because they get to 6 hours on a plane and do nothing but work on that type of deal. But find your space where you're gonna have that. But this is crucial for the $100,000 mark. You've got to have that time non-negotiable. This is crucial on top of that. So let's look at these things, where we're at so far. We'll get to the next phase. First of all, your morning's routine has got to be written out. It's got to be non-negotiable, okay? Number 2 is you have to have your week planned out. And then the last thing is what are you filling your head on a regular basis? Come on. We've all got cars where you go in there and you can listen to whatever you want to listen to. Make sure you have all the books and everything that you want. I don't want to listen to Literally, I don't listen to music in my car. I listen to books. I listen to podcasts. I listen to things that are going to move me forward. I'm captured in my car. I had somebody at the gym said, hey, what do you listen to? What motivates you in the deal? And I says, I'm listening to Goggins. I'm listening to Tim, whoever that is on there. They're like, you don't listen to music? I go, why would I listen to music? I literally, in my 2 hours at the gym, I'm knocking out so much content that gets me better to where I need to go. Be on purpose of that. So I'll tell you, I stumbled on this a couple of years ago. I'm in my car and my XM radio isn't working. And they literally called me and they said, hey, your credit card number is expired, whatever it was, we need a new credit card. And I'm like, all right, just send me the email and I'll send it. They said, no, we need the credit card now. And I'm driving. And they're like, but we need it now. I go, just send me an email. They said, well, we don't do that. I'm thinking, who doesn't do that? And so I literally said, well, I've got to talk to you later. And my car XM wasn't working. Then I realized there were 196 stations. I only listened to 2 of them. But I also realized I was paying them to tell me what to listen to. And so I didn't pay them. And so what I started doing is I started pre-programming everything that I wanted to listen to that week. So when I got in the car, it automatically started playing whatever it was I was playing. Now I have two different versions. When the kids are in the car, I have one thing I listen to. When nobody's in the car, I have another thing I listen to. This also has stimulated conversation with my kids. Because sometimes we'll stop and my 9-year-old will go, Daddy, I didn't understand what they were saying. And we'll have a great discussion on it. I love this subject, as you can tell. This is mindset. To make $100,000 is simple if you do just these 4 things. I've got a brand new free course that'll get you there really quickly. Click the link down below, higginsmethod.com, and we'll make sure that happens. This is Saen Higgins saying God bless and good luck.